Welcome to Business Transformed. My name is Paul Gossen, the Breakthrough Coach, and welcome to Business Transformed. We were talking about the three brain system that each of us has and how we as managers, executives, business leaders can step into a new domain of breakthrough performance for ourselves, for our teams, for our entire organizations. So starting with the reptilian brain, it is a very simple system. It's our oldest brain. It's been around for more than 400 million years. And the reptilian brain asks a very simple question over and over again. The question is a large reptile going to eat me? It is the survival brain, and the reptilian brain has an emergency override system that it can use to take control of your body. We've all had those experiences of crisis where suddenly the world becomes very narrow, our focus gets narrow, our options get narrow, and we have to make a fight or flight response in very little time. Welcome to the reptilian brain. Now, in business, we're faced with tough decisions all the time, and most often we internalize our dialogue, and the more we talk about these difficult decisions, the more it seems like our options get limited, and we end up in a very closed thinking space where we have to decide between A or B, and neither of those options seem very good, frankly. The other thing that happens is that we get buffeted by emergencies, interruptions, distractions all day long. We live in the age of attention deficit disorder, and the reptilian brain is actually very good at jumping into action. So it's correlated with that just-in-time emergency response that seems to run with the 21st century. Unfortunately, when we're in the reptilian brain, we lose all of our higher problem-solving capability. Now that brings us to the next system, the emotional brain. The emotional brain has been around for about 200 million years. And a couple things about mammals. Mammals discovered that if they band together into a herd or a tribe or a pack, that their chances of survival are much, much greater. And of course, you know the deal is you want to be in the pack and not out of the pack. Another thing about mammals is that we are raised in families. We experience love and other complex emotions, and that is part of our emotional system that connects us with our higher values, what we want, what gives meaning and rich depth and satisfaction to our life. So to put this in a management or organizational context, our first job as a manager, as a business leader, is to provide a foundation of safety and security for our team so that our reptilian brains can start to relax because we know our basic survival is taken care of. Next, it's all about creating relationship and trust, a foundation of relationship and trust so that people can know that they can relax, and the emotional brain has some room to link complex values and with what we want and our core business objectives with our core life objectives and what we want for our family and our life as a whole. So the whole becomes one system. When that's in place, people experience a degree of connection, a degree of relationship, a degree of trust. Then we can start to turn on our third brain, our visual brain. Now, look around you. Anything you can touch was created with the visual brain. Business Transformed, my book, is created wholly with the visual brain. And in Business Transformed, question number 3, there's a great question, which is, what do you want? Question number 3, what do you want, turns on the visual brain. And it allows people to start to think again. And now, in an organizational context, you could ask, what do we want, or what would be the breakthrough, or what would bring our team to an entirely new level of achievement? Any one of those questions can turn on the visual brain. The visual brain can operate in other times other than right now. So the past and the future are possible using the visual brain. Unfortunately, most of the time, our visual brain has been co-opted by the emotional and reptilian brain, which get into a negative or fear-based state and start to co-opt the visual brain to run risk analysis scenarios. So the wonderful complexity of the visual brain, the ability to deal with all these disparate elements and put them together into a system, has been harnessed to run risk analysis scenarios for the reptilian and the emotional brain. Again, there's nothing wrong with risk analysis. Every bank should have a risk analysis department. They'd probably stay in business longer if they had a risk analysis department. However, risk analysis is not going to produce breakthrough results. So, stepping back into the visual brain, we engage in the dialogue. We ask those powerful questions in Business Transformed to create that new vision, that plan with all the myriad details so that we can build that powerful vision for a breakthrough result. And we put that plan into time. So it all exists in time with milestones and metrics and key deliverables that are in existence through time. Now there's one fourth system that brings the three brains into alignment. That is the promise. So there's a moment when you make a powerful promise, when you've thought through all the details and you know that you have a powerful, realistic plan, and you promise it, you become the promise, you step into the promise and internalize the promise. All three systems align into a powerful whole that is delivering, that is set on, that is correlated with that promise. Then we have the foundation for real accountability conversations to manage projects through time. We step into that inspirational space where breakthrough results are a natural expression, where suddenly work is easy and effortless, and you can motivate a team to produce those powerful results. All of this is held in place with the promise, the key element that holds it all in place. Now the question is, how do you support your team to make powerful promises? How can you make powerful promises? My question for you is, how can you as a business leader, a manager, and an executive create an entirely new level of breakthrough results? I'm Paul Gossen. This is Business Transformed.